Your mind is the starting point for a journey of great significance that we are about to undertake, ladies and gentlemen. Mental training is frequently neglected in our fast-paced society in favor of external accomplishments and physical stamina. The reality, though, is that achievement rests firmly on the shoulders of the mind. Investing in mental training is the surest way to see a dramatic improvement in your life quality. The benefits of mental training extend far beyond the cultivation of optimistic outlooks. They include the strengthening of character traits like perseverance and self-control, as well as an attitude that views setbacks as learning experiences. Mindfulness is the practice of keeping one's thoughts, feelings, and actions under control so that one can achieve one's objectives. The key to realizing your greatest potential lies in developing your mental strength. Therefore, I challenge you today to do just that. Getting go of the labels and living the life I lead has been the easiest thing I've ever done. Believing in my own ability to succeed was the hardest thing I've ever done. The distinction is that there are things that happen when you're not aware of what's keeping you down and you're not aware of what's affecting you. In my case, you are a victim of a dominating culture that seeks to undermine your self-worth and self-concept. And you need to discover how to start connecting with this innate ability of yours to manage your current situation. The secret is to never stop searching for the truth about who you are and never stop fighting for it. To try to figure out how to get out of the inner monologue that occurs between the ages of 0 and 5. We make the decision about what is and is not available to us. That was a turning point, therefore. I was aware that there were some activities and locations I was not allowed to do. There were signs on Miami Beach stating that dogs, Jews, and cullets were not permitted. You must now function within the limitations imposed by the prevailing society and the structures they have established for you. And since that has gotten so ingrained in you, it's difficult to see yourself beyond that and to strive to break free of that, even after those laws have altered. You work within the constraints of what has been established without realizing it. As you drive on the 4 or 5 expressways and you happen to get off at an exit that you weren't intending to take, you do it unconsciously because you've done it so many times. Many people, on the other hand, end up doing the same thing repeatedly because they don't make a conscious, deliberate, and determined effort to think outside of the box that life has thrown at them. According to Einstein, the thinking that has advanced to this point has produced some issues that it is unable to resolve. It enables you to start living out of your imagination rather than your past through relationships, reading, studying, goals, and desires, as well as by stepping beyond your comfort zone. Disney once remarked that the imagination shows us what's to come. They must subject themselves to something that will alter their self-perception. They also need to associate with a group of people I refer to as OQPs, or only quality people. A man who changed my life in a profound way. When I went to his class as a student at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, Florida, in search of a new friend, he told me to go to the board and get things resolved for me. I answered, "It's not possible, sir." "Why not?" he asked. "I'm not one of your students," I remarked. "Do it anyhow," he commanded. The other children burst out laughing, identifying him as Leslie. He is DT. He then asked, "What's DT?" Though he is the dumb twin, his brother is intelligent. I said, "I am, sir." He emerged from behind his desk and gestured toward me. "Don't ever say that again," he said. "You don't have to accept someone else's perception of you as true." And he imparted 3 lessons to me. First and foremost, he added, "You have to alter your thinking if you want to succeed in life, young man. You don't always get what you desire in life," he said. "In life, you attract what you are." Second, put OQP into practice. Only excellent individuals. You make between 2 and 3 times as much as your closest pals. I discovered that. I broke up with all of my buddies. I told them to get out. Because I used to be so poor, I would trip the alarm and pass the bank. Thirdly, he advised improving your communication abilities as when you speak, you reveal your identity to the outside world. These are the 3 main areas you should focus on in order to get out of Liberty City, Overtown, and poverty, he advised. getting away from where you are at this moment will be helpful, since I can see you're observing me and you're craving more. The yearning in your eyes is visible to me. You discover something that makes you hungry. Though most of us die duplicates, I think that each of us is unique from birth. You have to discover what it is that appeals to you and what makes you feel good. One of the realizations I had that made it possible for me to succeed as a speaker. People who talk only to sell have taken over the speaking profession, and it's okay to do so and profit from it. Since someone spoke and transformed my life, I speak to change lives. I am therefore passionate about this. My motivation is this. This is something that my heart is telling me. Therefore, living from the heart is the key to that hunger-driven life. For years, my programming and the culture I grew up in prevented me from accomplishing what I do now. I would see those who possess qualifications that I do not, such as degrees, PhDs, MBAs, and so forth, and I told myself I was incapable of doing it. But that day, Mr. Washington, we became friends. And he showed me that your reality is not limited by what other people think of you. According to him, there are no acceptable excuses. You have to work on yourself and have an invincible mentality. And you have to see it through to completion, make it a top priority in your life, and maintain a clear vision of what it is you want to do. Discover a method to succeed in spite of your failures, frustrations, and setbacks. When I give lectures, I always warn people that you cannot succeed by failing first. Life will knock you down and try to land on your back, but if you can look up, you can get back up, is a saying of mine. Thus, those experiences of pursuing objectives outside of your comfort zone, forming relationships that will test you, and surrounding yourself with mentors and coaches who can help you reach a level of self-actualization that is beyond your reach, because when you're inside a box, you're unable to read the label. Thus, those encounters push you to reach new heights and keep moving forward in life by taking on novel and thrilling challenges. What God has in store for you is not visible to the human sight, heard by the human ear, or perceived by the human heart. A heart-centered life is one in which you make the decision to live a life that will survive you, one that matters, one that leaves a legacy, one that transforms the world. You know, Harshman once remarked that unless we have accomplished some significant good for humanity, we should be ashamed to pass away. Thus, my objective is to significantly advance humankind. When I wake up every day, my first thought is always, what can I do to make a difference in someone's life today? What's that? How does that appear? Don't live the life that the people and situations in your immediate vicinity have given you. Sidney Porthair's book, The Measure of a Man, and he added, something happens without words when you go for a walk with someone. Either you adapt to their pace, he continued, or they adapt to yours. To whose speed have you acclimatized? Thus, there are certain decisions we make and believe to be our own, but in reality, they are the decisions that life has pre-programmed us to make. We are inundated with more than 6,000 advertising hits every morning when we leave our houses, thanks to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, television, phones, our communities, and computers. Thus, we are impacted by all of these things on a daily basis. Therefore, in the event that you do not have a program for your mind will be programmed, and you will find yourself doing things that you were not aware were affecting you, and that they did so by using marketing tactics and strategies to pique your curiosity. There was a saying in my childhood years that if you created the best mousetrap, the world would come to you. People will, however, camp outside your store to purchase a phone they have never seen or handled if you know marketing. I want to leave you with one last thought as we say goodbye. A well-trained mind is a powerful tool. If you want to overcome life's obstacles with poise and resolve, you need to train your mind in the same way an athlete trains their body. Gratitude, a growth attitude, and mindfulness are practices that deserve your undivided attention. Mental training is a journey, not a goal. Embrace it as such. You are investing in your future success and pleasure with every moment you spend building your thinking. With the resolve to exercise your intellect every day, go from this place today. Put yourself in the company of positive people. Learn as much as you can and question your own self-limiting ideas. There may be challenges in life, but if your mind is strong enough, you can conquer them. Your company on this path to self-determination is greatly appreciated. We need each other's continued support as we work to improve ourselves. Keep in mind that the mind is where all great things begin. You can change your life if you train your thinking, have faith in your abilities, commit yourself fully to personal development, and see your goals materialize. Put your thoughts into practice now and take control of your life.